This the new Let's Get It Sports Talk, broadcasting live on weekends, exclusively on Facebook and the Four Walls Foundation YouTube channel. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and happy Saturday. But I'm going to tell you right now, it is like, do they call this blustery or blistery?
I think it's blistery.
It's blistery cold, yo.
Yeah.
I mean, from yesterday it was cold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it is freezing. But it is Saturday morning, the sun is shining, which I don't really understand. Like, the sun is shining and make you think it's a really good, nice day, right? But it's cold.
So you step outside and
Oh
punch your
my
face.
goodness, yes, big time, yo. But anyway, listen, we are the new Let's Get It Sports Talk. I am one of the hosts, Doc Bryce, here with our other host, MB, Marcus Bullock, coach, and also Coach FB, Fred Battie. And we are missing Coach CB, such a wild bird. He's just a little under the weather, I'd say that, right? No cuts, no bandages.
No cast.
Yeah. He's just a little under the weather, but we hope that he's on the mend. You know, speaking of that, if we can just do that real quick before I go into this, which one is worse? You know, what sickness is worse? Not that you want to pick a sickness, right? But what sickness is worse? Something with let's say you have a fever in your body or your stomach. And it's kind of a real random question.
It is.
It is very random. You know what I'm saying? But
What's
I'm just
worse?
Yeah.
I would go stomach, because you can do things for you. You have like a fever. You can take some Advil, Tylenol. You can sleep it off.
Yeah.
When your stomach's messed up.
Oh
man.
my God. Oh my. I've been hurting. I mean, that's why I was like, hey, listen, you know, let me just keep my mouth shut. but that's why I was like, hey, it's all good because and I don't know what it is. I don't want to blame. Like, we had a potluck at the job the next day.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
The day after Thanksgiving Day. Today's probably the first day that I'm feeling
good.
Yes, yo. I'm talking about like like that. You know, like body aches will make you kind of like shiver, but your stomach pause will make you moan. Will make you like, oh hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's nothing that you can do.
That's the truth.
Oh, that hurts, man. That hurts. But anyway, listen. Happy Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving? We'll start with you, Coach Bullock. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good.
Bro?
It was laid back. Made a couple stops. Had some very, very good food. So I had like the stomach thing, but it was like I ate too much. Like not like, so that goes away like pretty quickly.
Right.
But no, it was cool. It was laid back. You know, not a whole lot going on. Just got chilled out. So that, that's always good when you can slow it down and not be running everywhere.
Yeah, just relax, right?
And just gotta chill. It's always good. We went to a friend's right down the street, which is always a good time, and just kind of same thing, laid back. Then we went to some family and all good. Everything was good. Good time.
So did you didn't have a traveling ham? No, I didn't.
We do. My wife
see?
My wife brought the spiral ham.
Okay.
And we still have some left over in the fridge, so that'll be some.
See, that's what I do.
That'll go for a little while. And then obviously, we travel with alcohol, so
Right.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Now, you what did you eat things that you normally don't eat?
No.
Okay, so everything that you ate on Thanksgiving was what you normally eat.
Yeah, there was nothing. Well, no, that's not true. The second place we went to had, it's an African household, so they have some stuff. But by then I was full, and it was, when you're hungry, it's like, oh, let me try that. When you're full, you're like, nah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
they had the rice though, right? The Jolly Jolly rice or something like that. Oh man, it's banging too.
So yeah, I had everything. It was normal, good stuff.
All right, good stuff, man. Good. Any favorites?
I mean, I like stuffing. Like that's always my go-to.
Okay. You put gravy on it?
I do.
Okay.
I think turkey's overrated.
It is. It very much is.
And then you have the ham and stuffing. We had some wonderful the sweet potatoes with the marshmallows.
No, and did green beans show up? Because, I mean, everybody I've talked to, they was like, I said, what'd you have? Green bean casserole.
Green beans showed up, but it was not a casserole.
Okay, so just some fresh green beans.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay.
You know, I think it depends on where you go if you're going to have casserole.
Absolutely. And you'd be surprised, though. A lot of places that I wouldn't think had green bean, which was a little, you know what I'm saying? And do they put I guess they put the little French, little onion thing?
What makes it a casserole?
In a dish, I guess.
You'll know. It's not just green beans.
You haven't had it yet?
You haven't had green bean casserole?
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
That's surprising.
Given my
given the way yeah, that's surprising. That's surprising.
Okay.
Because I didn't have it until
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Spoken.
you start spending Thanksgiving in other places.
Yeah. All right, FB, how was your Thanksgiving? What's going on?
It was good. My parents were back in town.
All right. Okay.
So it was good to hang out with them and my siblings.
You have mom's mac and cheese?
My cousin made mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
She did a really good job.
Okay, good stuff.
I was messing with her a lot during the dinner. Like, man, who made this mac and cheese? But really, it was good.
Okay.
It was good. No, I mean, those are Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays, just because to get to spend time with family. So it was good to get to see everybody.
That's good, man. Any favorite dishes that you had?
I don't know. Everything was everything.
Okay.
Did you have chicken parm?
I did not have chicken parm.
Okay. Does that go for Thanksgiving?
No, that's just what Paul eats.
Oh. Chicken, really?
Chicken parm, that's it.
Should go to.
Now,
go-to. Which one do you like? Do you like it when it's breaded? Or you like it when it's not
breaded.
bread? Okay, breaded. You need to. Okay, I got you. Okay. No, chicken parm's good, though.
Chicken parm.
Have you had veal parm?
I have on accident.
Oh.
It's delicious, though.
It wasn't delicious.
Oh, man. Veal parm is delicious. That was actually one of my favorite Italian dishes when I was a kid. Veal parmesan. It's delicious. Oh, okay. All right, well, good stuff, man. I'm glad you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Same here. It rained, though. You know what I'm saying? That rain was kind of like killer. And, we didn't, I didn't want to have no turkey. I didn't want to have a big turkey. I had turkey wings.
Okay.
But I had this whole thing set on like smoking the turkey wings or whatever. Yeah. And I was able to do it though, but I couldn't start till like 1:00 until when the rain stopped or whatever. But it was pretty good though. And I always thought the wing was just like the flat. I didn't know that the wing come with the big drumstick, the Flintstone drumstick too. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying?
No?
I didn't like that. Nah, I'm not. I've never been a fan of a turkey drumstick. You know what I'm saying? So, but
what time did you guys eat?
Like 5, 6.
Okay.
Yeah. 4 o'clock.
4.
Yeah. I was ready at 4 or 5.
About 4 or 5, right? Yeah. Now, what did you have for breakfast? Did you pace yourself, or did you say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna have a light breakfast or no breakfast because I know I'm about to get it in.
It's
come
funny,
5 o'clock.
We were talking about chicken parm because the night before, I went out with my parents and I had chicken parm. And I had like a little bit left over.
Okay.
So I kind of had some of that around like 11ish, just to kind of get me through.
Get you through the day. How about you, Coach? Or did you fast?
No, I didn't fast, but I don't think I was cognizant of what I was doing, to save room or anything.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Last question before we get into what did you actually do on Thanksgiving? Did you watch some sports or whatever? But did anybody eat so much that you just couldn't get up and it was uncomfortable?
1 plate.
Wow.
One plate.
That's all I had too.
Okay, but it was a big plate.
It was a big plate.
Okay.
But one plate.
Yeah. So, there was no uncomfortableness, like, let me sit.
It was like, oh man, that was like I was fighting down the last couple bites, like, because it was good, so I wanted it.
Okay.
But then I just sat there for a few minutes. I was like, man, I'm full. But I was cool. Like, it was
good.
It was time to go. We were good.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? I was talking to my man Golden, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna smoke these turkey wings, right? And I said, yeah, I'm hoping to start at like 11 o'clock, and I'm gonna crack that beer. Because I think barbecue and beer go hand in hand. Like I've never barbecued without something in this hand or this hand. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I finish barbecuing and smoking it, I've had a couple of beers. I've been snacking along the way, and then I had a plate. And it was a wrap. So.
Yeah, I can see that.
It was a wrap. So. It was a wrap. I think shortly after I had to lay down. I'm saying. So, but it is what it is, though, man. But listen, we always love celebrating Thanksgiving and just being grateful for the things that we got, though. So anyway, Football or what?
Speaking of Thanksgiving, Cowboys got their second straight win over the Giants. It's never a great sign when you get your first home win on Thanksgiving.
Right.
At least you don't lose, though.
At least we didn't lose.
Right.
At least we didn't lose.
Because then somebody else is. Do they still do that? I didn't watch the game. Do they still do the tradition of eating the turkey leg?
They do.
What do they call this?
A turducken.
A turducken?
Turducken.
So it's turkey, duck, and chicken.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Turducken. That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but really not that much of an exciting game. You know, 2 backup quarterbacks. The Giants were on their 3rd string quarterback.
Right.
Some different injuries, different things like that. So
I like that the Dallas running back. I can't think of his name.
Rico.
Yes.
Rico Dow.
He
First time all season, he had a touchdown and had over 100 yards. So it just kind of shows you where
he's been there the whole time?
He's been there the entire time.
Now here come the shot, though. Go ahead.
He's been there the whole time.
You're good, but he's about to throw a shot.
There's no shot to take. There's no shot to take.
I didn't.
I felt like he was about to say, "Yeah, that just shows you kind of where the Giants are." You know
No. The Giants are so bad; they're not even worth the.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
So I guess the shot.
They stink, though.
They do.
They do. How do you feel? I mean, listen. I'm sure you're glad for the victory. You're glad for winning at home, Jerry's World or whatever. How do you feel about? Now I'm gonna switch over to the Giants. They got rid of, and I want to definitely hear your input because your team benefited from the heist. How do you feel? How do you feel that they let Daniel Jones go?
I don't think it was the right move because
All right, so you're probably the only one I know that feels.
No. And here's what I mean by that. Like he wasn't the problem. Like he was part of the problem.
It's a big part, though.
Their roster's terrible.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Right? Like, and it showed. I think the next week. This wasn't the first game after, was it? No, they played last week.
No, it was the second.
It was the second game.
Oh,
somebody beat him up last week.
Yes,
and I think it was Malik Neighbors who came out and said, he's not the problem. Like, it's bigger than that. Like, so, I mean, I get releasing him. I get it. Like, I don't think he's your future quarterback. I think I probably would have waited to the end of the season just because. I don't know. I think you're putting yourself in the media when you don't need to.
Right.
But no, I mean, I don't think he's the problem. I don't think, okay, let's release him. That's the fix. I don't see that. But I mean, I think that just shows that the GM's gone.
Oh, yes.
I think the head coach has to be gone.
Everybody.
But then even like the owner, you got to take a look in the mirror too because you're signing off on all this stuff. Like,
he does.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think it's a zero move. And what I mean by that is it doesn't affect anything. Like, I think it just makes a group that has been embarrassed already because of the whole Saquon thing and the hard knocks and how all that stuff got out. Right. It's just making you look even worse.
Yeah, and that's the point. Like you signed Daniel Jones. I guess you had to choose, right? Who did you want, right? Did you want Daniel Jones or did you want Saquon Barkley, right? And they decided to, hey, listen, we just need Daniel. We'll forego Saquon. And as we see the results, is Saquon is doing miracles for your team. You know what I'm saying? In my third team. And Daniel Jones.
Wait, how are they your third team? Who's the second team?
Jets. Yeah.
It's really probably the fourth.
No. Buffalo is
I was going to say because Buffalo has to be in there.
Buffalo is down.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
Pittsburgh's in the Northeast also, so they could also.
No. But that would be more y'all because that'd be more y'all because it's more Pennsylvania. I'm saying it's more Pennsylvania. You know what I mean? But listen,
the Patriots aren't that far.
I was going to say,
yeah.
I'm sure there's some Canadian football teams you support.
So let's go into that, though. No, let's get into this, though. So listen, do you find yourself rooting for Northeast teams?
No.
Like if they playing the West Coast team, you don't root for like the.
Nah.
So like if everybody was out the playoffs, what about? Matter of fact, let me go there. What about places that you lived? Do you root for them? Now, I know you do. You know
but it's wearing off because I haven't been there for a while.
But if can I say the team?
Yeah.
Okay. If the Boston Red Sox were playing and none of the Phillies or the Yankees wasn't in it, who are you rooting for? You're gonna root for them.
It depends on who they're playing.
Okay.
Like I don't have that over the last 3, 4, 5 years. It's just kind of started to wear off. Like I'm not.
I don't. You know what's shocking? I don't see how you don't have a number 2 team. I don't see how you have like.
So I think for me, and
it's like 1 or nothing.
Definitely in baseball, I don't like. I mean, like the Red Sox, I guess, but like I couldn't name, and I know this doesn't bother you, but I couldn't name anybody on the Red Sox team right now. I know that doesn't affect like you still.
No, right.
Still, but like basketball, it goes Sixers, then it really goes to like player.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So like I want if the Sixers aren't good, which they're not, now I'm following Steph.
Right.
Now you're following Steph. Right. Okay.
Like
that's what I was going to say. I don't think because there are teams that I like and support. So like I like the Warriors, right? I like watching Steph do well.
It's coming
but
out.
I don't call like I would never say I'm a Warriors fan.
Yeah.
I think that's where the disconnect.
No, is it disconnect or is it just lack of transparency?
But no, if Steph were to leave, I'm not following the Warriors anymore.
Okay, so you're a Steph fan, but you have one team and that's it. There is no other
team that I'm a fan of.
That you're a fan of.
There might be other teams I enjoy watching. I like watching them play.
But then, like to your question, if the Sixers get knocked out, say the Warriors are out, like Steph's out, like, and it's too random. When I turn a game on, I end up rooting for a team.
You have to.
Yeah, but it's not like, doesn't mean I'm a fan of that team.
Right. So real quick, I want to still go down this rabbit hole, but real quick, how do you feel when people say, I'm not rooting for a team. I'm just watching it. I don't think that's possible. I think it's impossible. I think it's impossible. Okay.
It's human nature to want somebody to do well.
After a while, right? Yeah. Especially if you're watching it for a little bit.
And that's why, like, I started watching live basketball with my youngest son, and he'll turn it on, and as soon as it comes on, I'll be like, who do you want to win? And it's the Heat and the Nuggets. And I'm like, I don't know, give me a second. Because I just don't know, like, until I see the flow of it.
And then
naturally, I'm like,
how
somebody misses a shot, I'm like, damn, like, I guess I'm rooting for that. I just don't know. Like,
okay. All right. But to say that you're a fan, no. Okay. So,
but you know what? With college sports, though, I can just watch a game. I can just watch a game and not have to, and not care who wins.
You don't care, but you still
care, right?
You still have a root. You're still like, I hope that goes in.
I don't know. Really?
I hope,
you can watch a game without. So like any game I go to, after a while, I find myself rooting.
Yeah, I do too.
You don't. That doesn't happen. It doesn't kick in
with college sports. For me, it doesn't. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Okay. So you don't have a favorite college team?
No, not really.
Okay, all right. So it must be a thing in this area because I see you got your guy Dave Allen. He said third team. And first I was like, oh, okay, now he gets it. But I was like, no, he's being very, very. I said, no, okay. I had to check it a little bit.
Has Dave been on the show yet?
Long time ago. Yeah, long time ago.
Yeah.
But I just don't. Maybe it's an area thing. And it probably is that. It might be an area thing where it's like, you guys have to go. You guys are so entrenched in just having this one team because I'm not sure if it's a lack of winning or I don't know where it comes from. But I just don't understand how you just have one team. And then when that team is out, then what? You just don't root for nobody?
Yeah. Like what like it's the same thing like you're saying. Like when the Phillies were out and the Mets were playing. Who'd they play? The Dodgers next?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and the Yankees was there too, though.
But I'm saying, so for me, okay, the Mets-Dodgers series is going on. The Yankees, who'd they play?
Yankees is playing
whoever it was.
Right.
Like, I'll end up watching a game, and I wanted the Dodgers to beat the Mets.
Well, because of what they did to the Phillies,
right? Because like that kind of thing. But it's not like I'm not like all of a sudden a Dodgers fan or like, okay, the Phillies are out now. Let's go. I changed my hat, and now it's like let's go. No, like. I have a rooting interest. I have a rooting interest because it's sports and I like sports, but I don't have like a team that I guess I get invested in these teams. Like I was invested in this Phillies team. Like football, I'm not like the biggest football fan. Like so the Eagles, like I know them, I follow them, but I'm not like when they lose, I'm not like. When the Phillies lost, I was upset.
Right. So maybe you guys are, and this is a pause too. Maybe you guys are rubbing off on me, okay, a little bit. That was crazy as hell right there. Right? That's even more crazy after I said it. I was like, wow.
We need somebody to make like a pause
compilation.
But you know, when the Sixers lost, I'll admit, I didn't care. I didn't even want to watch no basketball. I didn't. Yeah. So it made me with the Sixers. Yeah. Like normally, if the Sixers lose, then I'll just switch to my Knicks, right? Because I grew up watching both.
Yeah.
But the Knicks fans are so disrespectful now. It's like, nah, I didn't even find myself rooting for. I wanted them to lose. I still want them to lose, and that's terrible because I'm in New York and I grew up watching them. But it's their fans. But like football, if the Giants weren't in it, or the Jets, or if Baltimore was in it, then I'm watching Baltimore because I used to live in Baltimore and I'm familiar with their team, and I'm like, okay, yes, let's rock.
Baltimore. I didn't.
Right. I'm not saying I'm not buying the gear. I'm not buying a hat though.
But
I'll root for them, and I'm like, okay, yeah, come on, B-More, let's go.
No, I think that's natural. I think you have your teams that you like. When my parents lived in Pittsburgh, my dad would always call me about the Steelers. So naturally, I start watching more of the Steelers and knowing the Steelers. And if the Steelers are playing the Ravens, and I know the Steelers team, I'm going to root for that's
right.
But like I would never consider them like a number
team
two team. Like
okay.
It's just a team I follow more closely than every other team.
That sounds like tomato. If you think about it, right? You know what I'm saying?
But knowing a team and following them doesn't mean you're a fan.
Okay, is rooting for a team make you a fan? That's the $1 million question. And
no, but then I'd be a Dodgers fan.
Well, you were a fan for the moment.
But then I'd be for that
particular moment.
And then who the Yankees play in the World Series? Oh, the Dodgers. Like then you know what I mean? Like I wasn't trying to throw shots. I was trying to think of who it was. Like you know what I mean? Like
I think everybody in America knew who it was.
I was thinking that somebody. I was thinking
it's all good.
Like so, I don't think that makes you a fan of the team. I think that makes you like I want them to win. And most times, I think you don't really care. I think you want the other team to lose.
Right. Okay. You know what it is? I think that it's like, let's say, okay, the Giants lose, I'm upset. Jets lose, and Giants is no longer in it. Jets lose, I'm upset. Philly lose, nobody else is in it, I'm upset. Anybody else, I probably don't care. I'm like, oh, dang, why they lost, but I'm not really like affected by it.
Those are your three teams?
Those are my three teams that I kind of like, I'm emotionally involved in.
I think that's the word,
emotionally involved, right?
I think
you know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
That's it. Basketball, emotionally involved is the Sixers. It used to be the Knicks, but it's not no more. Okay. Baseball, Yankees, Mets.
See, I'll say for the basketball, when the Warriors lose in the playoffs, like, and I get upset. I'm emotionally involved with the Warriors.
Emotionally involved.
Yeah.
How long though?
Not long.
It's not a hangover. It's not a hangover.
And usually it's because the Sixers are already out.
Right.
And it's like I just want Steph to win.
Right. I agree with that point.
So it's like I get.
So now when the Sixers lost, you was emotionally involved. There was like a hangover. Yeah. See, that's how I felt too. All right. So we got it there. So it's always just. I just think when people watch sports, especially men watch sports, they have to root for somebody.
Yeah, I do.
You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a sport you don't really care about, and then you're not really watching anyway, right? Like golf. I don't really. If there was a golf match on, I'm like, I'm not sick. I don't care. If it's on, it's just because there's nothing else on. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'll have guys I want to win in golf.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you play golf?
Yeah. Not well, but
okay.
I do.
Is it a hard sport?
It's the hardest sport I've ever done.
Really?
By a mile. It's not even close.
You play mini golf though, right?
Yeah, but that's nothing compared to like being out there.
So you can't be like the mini golf champion and translate over at all. Oh, how about wiffle ball? If you're the wiffle ball champ, it translates a little bit to baseball, though, right? A little bit. No.
This is two different monsters.
No, good stuff. No, but I do think that you talking about the Giants and the Cowboys, and we're talking about Daniel Jones. I just think they should have made this move a long time ago. I think I know why they made the move, because they said that if they had kept him and he got injured, then he would have been guaranteed like 30 million or something like that. So he had to go. You know what I'm saying? It was like a business decision. But to me, I'm like, why not release all of them all at the same time?
With their whole team?
Daniel Jones, the GM, coach.
How do you guys feel about letting coaches go during the year? Like Matt Eberflus just got let go from the Bears midseason. How do you guys feel about coaches getting let go midseason?
It's a statement, though, right? It says that, you know what, your performance, so to speak, is that egregious. I can't wait.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that.
So the Bears coach if he got fired over that one decision to not use his timeout in the Lions game. I mean,
that might be the cherry on top.
That's what I mean. Like,
I think it was a 6-game losing streak.
Okay, yeah. But when you have I think it's all situational. Like, you have a rookie quarterback. You knew you had a rookie quarterback. You have this coach. Those are the kind of decisions that have to be made ahead of time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Do we think this guy is the guy for this quarterback? And if the answer is yes, and you have a 6-game losing streak, that's part of the process.
I agree.
That's true. I mean,
right?
That's true. That's true.
You know, but if we're like, oh wait, no, this isn't the guy, like that's your fault as the GM, as the owner. Like that's I mean, and I guess you have to cut bait when you know. But is that really what's best for the quarterback? Now the quarterback's going to have a new coach. Mm-hmm. So now he's on his second coach in 2 years, and more than likely he's going to have his third coach at the end of the season.
Right, because he's not. This interim is not
right. So you're just setting guys back, and I think that's why it's so hard for a lot of these quarterbacks. It's like you don't even want to be the number one pick because you're coming to a bad situation, usually under a bad franchise, usually under unstable leadership.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, though, you can track and adjust, though. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, you know, you think that something's going to be a certain way, and it's like, yeah. Like I think with, you know, like Nick Nurse, and we're going to get into that. I think now it's like some people are like, I don't know. At first, we was like, yeah. But now we're like, you know what I'm saying? So I think with this Chicago coach, I mean, from what I didn't watch the game, but from what I was reading, I didn't even watch the highlights. They had a chance to kick a field goal, and he chose not to do it.
They had a chance to, I think it was like 30 seconds left. They had a chance to take another play or take a timeout, and then kick a field goal to potentially tie the game up. They just didn't do it.
So they just let the clock run down?
They kind of let the clock run down. They were calling the play. They ended up letting like 20-something seconds run off, got one play off, and that was kind of like this.
And he didn't call a timeout.
He left the game with a timeout.
Left the game with a timeout.
That's egregious.
Yeah.
A little. As for that fan base, too, right? So, like, if it's Jacksonville, right, I don't think that, you know, they're making that decision or whatever like that. But Chicago, that's like a legendary.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, and like one of you guys said, that had to be just the last straw. That they had to be already thinking about it, and then this happens, and all right, we got to get rid of this guy. But I don't know. I'm not. I think there's certain sports where it's really tough, and I think football is one of them to change leadership mid-season because it's such a detail-oriented sport. Yeah. I think, you know, baseball, you can get away with it pretty easily. Even basketball, I don't think it's like basketball's basketball. Like, and you know, so I don't think it's to make those changes mid-season. I don't think is the biggest deal in the world. But I think football, I think it's got to be tough to adjust mid-season to a new coach.
I think actually, you know, if I was just, you know, kind of pondering in my mind, like, okay, in baseball, when they make mid-season changes, sometimes the team does better, like with the Rob Thompson, right? Basketball, sometimes that happens. I remember just with the Knicks, they got rid of D'Antoni and Mike Woodson came on. But you know what's the funny thing is that when they do get sparked, those coaches, they never seem to last long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this, like, okay, you know, the initial momentum is there. Almost like with Mo Cheeks. I hate to say it with Mo Cheeks, right? Mo Cheeks came to the Sixers. The initial was like, oh my God, this and that. By the end of it, it was like, yo, get rid of Mo Cheeks. He got to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, it happens like that. But I do think that in football, you're right. It's a little more detail oriented. But it has to be that egregious, like, yo, he's got to go now. I can't take no more of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I don't know. You know what I realized, though, before we get into this next segment with you, Coach? Harbaugh has been there that long?
What was it, 08?
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's been there for a while. And they've always been
good,
competitive.
Yes.
Always.
Yes, from Flacco to now Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Competitive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, so we have Eagles Ravens tomorrow afternoon, 4:25. Easily the I guess most intriguing game on the schedule for the week. It's gonna be my big thing with this game. I think the Eagles have to lose at some point. Okay, they're gonna lose. They're not gonna keep winning all the way through. I think they're gonna lose a game. I don't know if it's this one. But I mean, I think it sets up for this to be a very tough game for them.
Why do they have to lose?
They're gonna lose. They don't have to lose.
Yeah.
They're gonna
lose though.
They're not gonna win out
from now until.
I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think football is too hard of a sport for that to happen. I don't think the Eagles are that good.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I thought you were saying they have to lose to set something up.
No. I just think I don't
there
think
are people that look at things like that.
No.
I think I do a little bit.
I don't think they're good enough to run the table like that. So I just think I think this is going to be a game that is going to really test them, and we've been saying that for a couple weeks now. This is a test, and they've passed all the tests.
Right.
I think losing Brandon Graham is gonna hurt them.
I agree.
Especially when you have Bryce Huff, their biggest free agent acquisition, who's hurt now and still wasn't producing before anyway. So I don't know. I think this is going to be a tough game. I think it'll be a very, very competitive game. I think it's a big game for both teams. So I think we're gonna see a really good game.
So do you think it's a big game for both? Like, you know what I'm saying? Do you think it kind of cements? Not cements, but do you think that either a win or loss kind of hurts the quarterback legacy, so to speak, early on? Like, who would you think that most people are like, yo, Lamar has to get this done, right? I'm thinking Jalen because I'm a Jalen fan, right? But most people are probably thinking, like, Lamar has to win this game.
No, I think Lamar's done enough in the regular season to where, like, if he loses, I'm not looking at him any different. He's been, MVP twice?
Okay.
So Jalen's been to a Super Bowl. Anything these guys do in the regular season now, I'm not
I got you.
looking at because they've proven themselves. So,
I got you.
To me, anyway.
Okay. Well, I do think that, I think teams eventually lose. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, my frame of thought is like, let's get it out the way now so that we can recover from it, deal with it, and then move forward. So that's kind of where I'm thinking, like, when you say the Eagles have to lose at some point, right? Now, is your frame of thought the same or no? It's a little.
No, my frame of thought is more they're not good enough to run the table.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna lose at some point.
Okay.
And I think I'm more saying that almost to people saying, listen, when they lose, it doesn't mean the season's over.
Right.
Because, as we know, Philadelphia fans, especially Eagles fans, are very overreactionary.
Mm-hmm. So say it one more time, sorry.
Eagles fans, Philadelphia fans are very overreactionary.
Mm-hmm.
So if they lose, when they lose to whoever team it might be, it doesn't mean the season's over.
Absolutely.
Right? Especially in football, anybody can lose on any day. Mm-hmm. We saw the Raiders should have beat the Chiefs. The Panthers should have beat the Chiefs.
Right.
So, the Chiefs are one loss team. So, I just think the Eagles can come out and win this game. Like, it wouldn't surprise me in the least. I think it's going to be a very competitive game. I think we're going to, this is, I guess, the game that people have been circling for a long time to see, if the Eagles team is for real. And I think we're going to find out.
It's a lot of matchups. Baltimore has Derrick Henry, right?
Yes.
So now you got Derrick Henry, Saquon.
Yeah. The superstar effect is definitely
right. Okay.
It's definitely all over this.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Lamar, Jalen. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you got their receivers. That Baltimore got stud receivers too.
Not stud,
but
they got solid. Yeah, okay. They're good.
And both teams got decent defenses.
Yes.
Okay.
Baltimore's defense, I believe, might be the top 5 run defense in the league.
Oh, wow.
So they're going to test.
So it's going to be a really good game.
Yeah.
One thing I heard, get your opinion on this, they were talking about the big 3 of each team, meaning Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, and Harbaugh, or Hurts, Barkley, and Sirianni. Who do you think? Who would you rather have?
I mean, that's simple. Harbaugh.
The combination.
I'm gonna tell you why, because the Harbaugh, is it Harbaugh or Harbaugh? John, okay. John, okay. he easily beats Sirianni. Easily. And that's the thing. That's what pushes them over. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why I would go with them.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah. No, but Fred, I feel like you like Sirianni.
I don't like Sirianni, but I feel like I got to come up here and defend him because we don't give him the credit for. I think we look for all these outside things, and with other people, other teams, we'll look at the facts. We'll look at their record. We'll look at they've had Super Bowl appearance. We'll look at that. With him, he'll have all that stuff.
Okay.
And then we'll still go, well, he doesn't do this. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do this. So I think we give other people the benefit of the doubt without having actual facts behind it.
Okay.
And he has the facts behind it, and we still look for ways to discredit him.
But I don't think against Harbaugh that's discredit. Harbaugh's doing it for
No.
years.
I'm talking about just Sirianni.
Yeah.
Just
Right. Okay.
in general.
Okay. So with that big three, who would you go?
I'm going Lamar Jackson, Harbaugh, and Derrick Henry. Yeah, I'm still going. Not because of
That factor.
but not because of Harbaugh.
Because of who?
Like I'm just saying, Harbaugh's not the only factor why.
But tell me,
I'm still going Lamar Jackson over Jalen Hurts. I'm still going Derrick Henry and Saquon are like even to
even here,
So
right?
that's what I'm saying.
So Harbaugh and John and Nicholas, they're kind of hand in hand a little bit, or
no, Harbaugh's over
It's
him.
over
But I'm
him.
saying he's
Okay.
not. That wasn't the defining thing.
fact. Okay, all right. Now for you're going with
Yeah, I'm going with
Lamar.
the Ravens,
The Ravens,
and I think the Ravens win 2 out of those 3. I think Harbaugh. I would take Harbaugh over Sirianni. I would take Lamar over Jalen Hurts. I would take Saquon over Derrick Henry.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going with like the Ravens. I just think that Johnny is just a little more seasoned than Nicholas a little bit.
Harbaugh's a good coaches, man.
Yeah.
The brothers are good coaches.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be a really good game though. That would you go to a game like that
Would I go to a game like that? Yeah.
in this weather?
The first football game I ever went to was a Cowboys-Giants game, and it was like 25 degrees.
Oh, and you was good. You had the time of your life.
We won, so it was cool, but no, it was cold. It was cold.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, is there any instance where it's like, okay, you got the adrenaline and the liquor that's like, you're like content?
But it's just where the game's too long,
It wears
The
off.
football game is very
It wears
long.
off.
and there's too much standing around.
Okay.
When you're at the game moves very slowly because
Really? Okay. See, I've never been.
well, because all this. Because think about when the commercial comes on, you go do something else.
That's true indeed.
You're on
True
your phone.
indeed.
You're on whatever. Like
That's
when
true
you're there, you're just watching these guys stand on the field, like waiting for like, let's go next play, and
Right.
just football games are long when you're there.
They say it's overrated going to a football game. I don't know. I can't speak on this.
Listen,
I've never been.
I have a good time at every sporting event. I haven't been to
Okay.
any sporting event. Like, I don't need to go see that again. Like,
Okay.
even I enjoy watching baseball live. Like, I can't watch it on TV, but
Okay.
like going to a game,
Yes.
I'm into it then.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I enjoy going to games.
Okay. I said I was going to try one, but I'm going to do it when the weather is a little better. Or if they have like, I know the Yankees got the Yankee Club, and you can sit inside and you can watch. Now, if somebody has like a little, I'll just put me in the club. You know what I'm saying? I'll watch all day long. You know what I mean? Yeah. But no, I
It's
think
funny when you're in the boxes, you end up like watching the TV.
absolutely.
It's like,
Yeah.
what
why
am
am I
I
even here?
what am I here for?
What am I here for?
You just
Right,
look up like,
exactly.
oh, there's a game going on there.
Yeah. So, I mean, I do think that that's going to be a great game. Who you guys got? I got Philly, though. Even though I'm going with Philly. I'm riding Jalen Hurts. I just think they're in a groove. That was crazy. I just think they're in a groove right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And then Saquon easily is having the best season of his career. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going with Philly, man. I think it's going to be a heck of a game, though. It's going to be a heck of a game.
Yeah, I'm going with the Ravens at home. I just kind of give them the edge being at home.
Okay.
Lamar's tough to deal with.
Yes.
No Brandon Graham, so that's going to be a big factor for the Eagles. I'm just going with the Ravens.
Okay. All right. Coach?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Wow.
I mean, it doesn't mean I want them to win. I'm just trying to think of. I think Lamar, Derrick Henry. I think that's going to be a lot for the Eagles. I think and their run defense being so good, I think is gonna not say stop Saquon, but I think it's gonna slow him down and force Jalen Hurts to make some plays, and I think that we'll have to see if that happens.
Let me ask you: have you guys heard of Johnny Gill?
Yes.
You heard of Johnny Gill, the singer?
Mm-hmm.
He used to sing one of my favorite songs from back in the day when I was a kid, right? And it was called "Fair Weather Friend." Do you guys remember that song? You guys remember that song?
I know.
Okay, so well, I don't know if Mr. Allen's still watching, but I'm sure he remembers that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't get that. How I can't root against my team.
Nope.
See, I can't.
Didn't I just say that?
He didn't say he was rooting against.
I just said I don't want them to
win.
He said, "Who do I think's going to win?"
I'm saying, but you don't think that's like rooting against your team?
No, this is being a media member.
Okay.
Where you're trying to
Okay.
make.
You got to be impartial.
Not impartial, but you got to give your opinion.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna. There's no bone in my body that wants the Ravens to win or hopes the Ravens win. Nothing.
Maybe it's the emotionally involved.
But I think I think there's times, even when we're coaching, like, there's some teams where it's like, all right, this is going to be tough. It doesn't mean you're rooting against your team. You're just looking at the situation and going,
yeah, but looking at the situation, it's going to be a little tough, right?
Yeah.
You're not saying, they're going to beat us.
When you watch the Sixers play right now, you're like, oh, we're about to lose to this team too. Doesn't mean you don't want them to. You just know what's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I'll leave it alone. I don't know. I just think that if I'm watching the Sixers, of course, if the Sixers are fully loaded, like even in the playoffs, right? I'm like, oh man, you know what I mean? I hate when we play the Knicks in the playoffs. I hate it because I just feel like Philly doesn't really show up like the way they're supposed to show up, right? But I'd be damned if I feel like, we gonna lose. Nah, I'm still like, we gonna win this. Just gotta find a way to win. Just gotta find a way. You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost like saying, oh, okay, you know what? Yeah, we're going to lose. Like, I don't know.
So I agree with you, but I don't think me saying that the Eagles or whoever is going to lose has any bearing on the game.
No, I get that. Because, again, you shut that whole argument down when you said you were a member of the media. You know what I'm saying? It was shut down. I couldn't even go nowhere. I'm like, oh, you know what? That's a great out right there. You know what I mean? So I get it, but I don't know. I'm going to go with the Eagles. I think that this is a prove-it game. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is probably their biggest, would you say it's their biggest test this year? Yeah. I would say it's a prove-it game. Now, last week, was that one of their biggest tests last week?
I thought it was a test.
A test, but not their biggest test, but okay. And they passed that. I see them rocking and rolling in Baltimore. Let me ask you now, do you think the Philly fan contingent will be there heavy? Because they was in LA heavy.
They were in LA.
They were. Philly Eagles fans do travel.
They travel. Well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think they'll be there.
Baltimore has a solid fan base.
They do.
I don't see them. I don't see them taking over an arena the way that they do, like, for those West Coast trips. Because whenever they have those West Coast trips,
they take over.
Except for like with the 49ers, they kind of take over those stadiums. But I don't see that happening in Baltimore.
You don't see it. Okay. Even as it's a short. So I wonder when Philly played Washington in Washington, right? I wonder if the Eagles took over that building at that time.
So, I don't know. They're good this year though, so it's dependent on that.
Yeah. I'm sure it was strong.
It was strong, right? That's why I think
it'll be strong, but I don't think it'll be that that takeover you see sometimes.
Baltimore and Baltimore fan base is. They're, like you said, they're really intense about their team. And I think part of it is because they lost their team. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like in the middle of the night. Yeah. And when I was living down there and I would talk to people, it was still PTSD, you know what I'm saying, with the Mayflower trucks in the middle of the night, you know what I'm saying? So I do think that Philly will have like a little contingent down there, but I don't think it would be like, I don't think they're going to overpower it just because I don't know if Baltimore will allow that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't come to Philly. Like, well, you did because New York came to this, but not to the Eagles Stadium.
Not to the Eagles.
Right.
These days, money talks, man. If people think they can get their money back for their tickets, they're going to sell them.
They're going to sell them. Yeah. They're going to sell them. Now, you're right. You ain't lying about that. But anyway, so listen. I mean, so we talked about the Eagles. Any other interesting games going on? First of all, what is going on with Aaron Rodgers? Do you think he comes back? I think he's done. I don't think the Jets want him back.
Yeah, I think he should be done. He said if he comes back, he's coming back to the Jets. Blah blah blah. But I mean,
he sucks. He's older. He's just old now.
Yeah, it's over.
Right. Over. So how do you feel about like all the stuff? Like he was just very like arrogant and very, oh well, we just got to do this and that. Like he was like up there, upper echelon, and he was actually the one that hasn't performed the way that he should have performed. What does that say about his legacy?
I mean, I think his legacy is his legacy. I think his legacy has taken a hit ever since COVID.
Okay.
He started talking crazy and acting crazy.
Okay.
I think that, and I think it's just been a continuation of that.
Okay.
And I think people are just don't like him as a person anymore. Right. And I think this is just going to continue that thought of who he is.
Got you.
And I don't think he's helping himself with all the Pat McAfee stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I think that hurts him.
Yeah,
it does.
It does. Yeah, I'm saying.
It does.
Yeah. So,
and I just think the way things went in New York, even outside of the Achilles thing,
right?
I just think it kind of puts like a damper on the end of what was a really good career.
Yeah. So I mean, all right. So the Jets did. I know my team, the Jets and the Giants. They all suck. They're all garbage. You know what I'm saying? How's the Chiefs doing? So when did they? Thank you. When did they start playing football on Fridays though? When did that start?
Just Thanksgiving weekend.
Okay. That's it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, listen, man. Like I said, I got the Eagles. I actually got the Eagles. I don't even think it's being. I think they at least winning by a touchdown or two.
Or two. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely by 10. I don't see it like a nip and tuck game and they just prevail at the end. No, I see at least by 7 or 10.
Okay.
Two scores. Right. 2 scores. You know what I'm saying? What time is that? 4:15?
4:25.
4:25 is the game of the week, right?
I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, listen, man. I think, and you know what? I came on earlier, right? And I said to you, I'm not sure if I said it online or offline. I said, I haven't really been into sports.
Yeah.
And the main reason why is because my Philadelphia 76ers are terrible.
Terrible.
They are terrible. And that's why I'm not even really watching basketball because they're that terrible. And the hurtful thing about it, I don't know if I see it changing.
I agree.
That's the thing. I don't know if I see it changing. Something's going on. So the fan base is upset. Because I got calls this week from my Philly rep, and before it was like, oh, okay, well, we'll get you in, it's all good. But now it's like, hey, listen, Jason, I'm calling you. Do you want to come on the court and shoot free throws? I'm like, oh, is this what they doing because they losing and shit? yeah, why not? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not even really excited about going. I'm like, I get a chance to go on the court. I've never been on an NBA court. I'm like, in the Sixers, and especially if it's Spectrum night. Yo, son, I'm going to be out there taking pictures. Crazy, right? I'm like, I don't even know if I want to go. Do I want to battle the cold, that walk, just to get to the stadium? They suck.
Yeah. They
are really that bad. And I don't even know who to blame. I'm not sure if I'm tired of Maxey driving, and this is him wanting to get a call. You're not getting a call yet, bro. Keep going. Just do something else. Eric Brick Gordon, he does nothing.
Eric Gordon gets killed up here.
Yo, he's Brick Gordon. Listen, he is Tobias Harris Jr. And Yabu Sally. I do like Yabu Sally, but he's not really doing anything. Nobody's doing anything except Caleb Martin. Is it Caleb or no? Jared McCain. Jared McCain. That's what I mean. Jared McCain's playing. Caleb Martin plays. He has played horrible. He's played terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. And then looking at their schedule coming up, it's not getting any easier.
Well, there's nobody that's easy for them.
Right.
Second worst team in the league.
Yes. Yeah. Now, where's Detroit at? Because they play Detroit tonight, right?
9-12.
Wow. See?
Yeah.
They might lose.
They lost before.
Will the Sixers make the play-in? Will they make the play-in?
I think they make a run, though. My hope is that they do.
If I'm just looking at it right now, I don't think they make the play-in.
And I think I'm gonna tell you why I understand that point of view, right? It's a lot of stuff coming out about Embiid and Embiid like really being hurt and how he's been hurt. And like they don't think he'll ever be 100%. It's like so many different things. You're like, yo, what is this going on? And then you're seeing his response. Joel has never been this negative. Have you ever seen him this negative?
No.
He's negative. So what does that tell me? That tells me that he's either getting tired or he's getting exposed. So I'm not sure. I do think that they have to make a change. I think Nick Nurse is going by the All-Star break. They have to make a change.
I think it's tough to judge a coach in this situation. Now, listen, I already said I'm not happy with Nick Nurse because I thought he was more innovative, more out of the box, that kind of stuff.
Right.
But I think it's hard to judge him when you have an MVP level center out, an all-star level forward out the whole season.
Okay. That's fair.
Right? And now I don't like the way they're playing. I don't like the way their offense looks, but I don't know. I think he needs to make some changes the way he's doing things. I 100% agree with that.
Right.
But I don't know. I think it's tough if you take two of the top three players off any team. I think they're going to struggle.
That's fair. But let me. Have you seen in the 2 years? Have you seen anything that Nick Nurse has done that made you say like?
No, and I think what I'm learning about that now though is, do you think that's more
him or
Joel?
Or Joel?
Because I would say the same thing about Doc Rivers.
It's almost like they're all looking the same, right?
Right, and it's
the
like,
offense looks the same.
So it's like wait. He didn't do this before. Like, so if I were, I coach at Holy Cross right now. Mm-hmm. If I were to change and go coach at whatever school, my offense from Holy Cross, a lot of that stuff would travel with me.
Absolutely.
Nick Nurse isn't doing anything.
Right. Exactly. It doesn't see nothing.
So like, how does that?
That's what I'm saying. Like the offense, as I said, it seemed like it's like the offense is the same. No movement, isolation, people standing around. It's just not good winning basketball.
No, I agree with that.
And I just don't know if I think there has to be a change. That's what I'm saying. But at the same time, who's out there to get? Who do you get? Like who do you get to like instill in Joel? Yeah. Like, yo, this is what you have. It's very hard. And you guys have, I'm sure you guys have seen this, right? You've had very good players, really, really good players, and you're trying to tell them something and they're not absorbing it, right? Because they only see what they want to see. You know what I'm saying? But you can have results for a little bit, but eventually those same things will catch up to you. Mm-hmm. How do you deal with that? I
think that's what we're seeing with Joel. I think we're seeing years of bad habits catch up. I think that's why he can't stay healthy. You go years of going between being in shape, being out of shape, long periods of time of not really doing anything, and just other poor, player habits. And I think it's starting to catch up.
So do you think that? How do you think he developed those talents? Because he subscribed more to his talent versus his hard work and dedication, or like how do you?
I think he's talented. I think there was a time where he worked hard.
Okay.
He saw success, and I think he got
flatlined.
Satisfied.
He got satisfied there. Okay. He stopped.
That's just outside looking in.
It's outside looking in. But even when you say about other players, like even high school players or players going to college, what advice would you give them as far as like, okay, you're talented, but your work has to even be maybe 5 times greater than your talent? Like, how do you motivate them? How do you motivate a very talented player like that?
Well, a lot of times what's motivated is the failure, right? Like we're saying, it catches up to you. And it's hard. It's hard when you have a kid who's had success, who doesn't necessarily work the way you think they should or could, but they're having success, it's hard to get through to that person, like, because they have the success.
Right.
But when that failure happens, when we're walking off the court crying because we lost to the Raptors, you would think that would
change the habits.
Right? When you get knocked out after being up 3-2 to the Celtics, you think that would change the habits.
Right.
When you can't get out of the first round, you think you would change your habits.
Right.
And it's like there's only been one constant on the Sixers team. Mm-hmm. One. We've changed coaches. We've had 3 different iterations of this team.
Right.
There's only been one constant. And we have the same results. Everything looks the same. The offense looks the same. The results are the same. So when do you
when do you look in the mirror? Problem. Right. We're all adults now. We're seasoned educators, grown men, right? It's not hard for us necessarily to look in the mirror and say, okay, I got to change this. Maybe it might take a little because we have egos, we're prideful a little bit, whatever. But for the most part, we'll humble and change, right? Were you that way in your 20s? Even late 20s?
Well, I think he's in a different position than all of us.
Sure.
Because we don't constantly hear from, like, we don't walk into school and everybody's telling us how great we are. Okay. Right. So when you have, that's a good point. When you have majority of the people in your life who are in your life telling you how great you are or can get something from you, right, and or may not call you out on things because they don't want to ruin a relationship with you. Yeah. I think that makes it harder to even see it because the people around you are telling you, "Oh, it's not you, it's this coach, it's this guy. He had this roster. Look at their team."
Got you.
So it makes it even harder.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to what we talked about a couple weeks ago, where these guys that are at this level, they need coaches to humble them.
Right.
Coaches who don't care about their ego, coaches who aren't worried about them not liking them or them, right, I'm gonna get you fired. Like, go ahead, do what you gotta do. Like, but those coaches are the ones that can get these type of players to figure it out. Yeah. And or if they can't, then we all know who the problem is.
We know who the problem
is. Because this coach has done it here, he's been successful with these players, but he can't figure you out. That means you're the problem.
You're the problem. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Embiid had the talent and still has the talent to almost be close to Shaq, right?
I agree.
I'm not so sure anymore. I think that he's leveled off. And that's what hurts, right? Because he's only 30. So he's got a good 7 to 8 more years. And I think that he's already reached his climax. He's already reached the echelon.
Yeah.
And that's sad. And now what do we do for not only just the team, but even the fan base? Because we haven't had a champion. I mean, we haven't had a championship since I was 7 years old.
Well, I think that ship has sailed. I don't think this team, the way it's currently built, is going to be even close to a championship. I think with Embiid, even with Embiid playing, because like you said, I agree. I don't think he's at the level he's been at.
Right.
Even last year, I don't think he's going to get back to that level.
Right.
And he's not going to be able to do it for long periods of time. So can he get through a playoff series? Probably not. Right. He's going to miss a game or he's going to miss 2 games. So, I think that ship has sailed. I think, we can try to catch lightning in a bottle like the Raptors did and maybe have a year where a couple guys get hurt from other teams and be able to sneak past some people. But
are we good enough to make a run without Embiid and installing Drummond?
No.
Yeah. Not at all. Not
because Drummond's old. No disrespect to Drummond.
He is.
He came here to play what, 15 minutes a game?
15, yeah.
Now he's starting playing that's not what he.
That's not what.
So now he's what's he going to be like in the playoffs if we make the play? Like he's going to be.
Yeah.
So no, I think we this. The way the team's constructed, I think they did the right thing trying to let's go get Paul George. Like I think that was the best options, but with Embiid not healthy at all,
yeah,
you got no chance.
And the sad thing is that with Embiid, I'm sorry, with Paul George, I'm not even sure if even when we saw them play for that little glimpse, right? Paul didn't look like Paul needs driving lanes. He needs to have the ball in his hand, and then what's happening? Other people just standing around watching him do. But where's Embiid at?
Well, Embiid's never in the post anyway, so I think they all fit together. I think it's a good fit of the roster they put together, the starting roster. I still think they went too. I think the guys on the bench they have too many older veterans.
Okay,
so I think they need some more younger guys that can have a spark. But I think even with Paul, when Paul George was playing. After 2-3 games, I think maybe it was the Lakers game. There was one game where I thought he looked pretty good. I forget
20-something again. Yeah.
He looked good. It
was against the Knicks.
Okay, next game. He looked good. He was making plays. He was. Mm-hmm. So I think he still has it, but he's been injured his whole career.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a good time to be a Sixers fan right now.
It fell off fast.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? It's
a shame that this is how the story's ending for the process.
Yeah,
this is how the process.
You know what? I've been trying to get back into my music, right? And it ain't sounding right. So every beat that I make, I call it the slump era. That's what we're in right now. It's the slump era.
Do you think it would be worth just sitting and Embiid the rest of the year?
Hell no. And I'm going to tell you why.
Well, besides the fact that you have tickets.
Thank you. Okay. Other than that, no, I don't care. But hell no.
But even watching him doesn't make you mad. Watching him play makes me mad right now.
I can't even lie to you, Fred. I don't even watch. I'm so disconnected because of how poor they're doing. Yeah. I can't even really have conversation with people. I could talk with y'all, right? Because y'all ain't going to talk no junk to me, right? You know what I'm saying? Because we all rooting for the same thing. Right. But as soon as I make that 516 area code, oh my gosh, yo. Because the Knicks, I'm not saying they're doing all that, but they're doing a lot better than how we doing.
It's you know what stinks? I think it's hurting Maxey. I think it's hurting his development because now he's out here just running around throwing the ball in the basket, right. Trying to do everything, and I think it's really hurting his development.
And I don't think he's a point guard. I think he's a 2. He wants to score, and he's a scorer.
Why can't you be both?
Everybody can't be the greatest.
I was going to say it.
Everybody can't be.
But it's something
Steph.
I don't know. And I think he just needs to be a better defender too.
Yeah. And I just think that I don't know. I like Maxey, but I like Maxey when he's got other pieces. I don't know if I like him solo.
Yeah.
At long periods of time.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Now, Paul George, I think, comes back tonight. So that might make a difference or whatever. But isn't it scary, though? You hyperextend the same knee almost the same way. What can you do?
Hyperextend? I don't think there's anything you can do.
Nothing you could do,
He said
right?
he's going to wear a brace.
He's going to?
Yeah.
Okay. Like a sleeve or something like that?
I don't know. He said when he comes back, he's going to wear a brace to try to prevent it.
Okay. Well, that's encouraging.
They need to start to put some things together. So,
I mean, they're 3-14. They're the second worst team in the league.
Oh, who's worse than that?
Washington's 2-15. They are, but the crazy thing, they're 6 games out of 5th place. So that's not everybody's bad.
Yeah,
it's the Heat are in 5th at 9-8. So nobody's
overtaking it.
I mean, Cleveland, Boston.
Yeah,
it's the third. Orlando's 14-7. So I don't know. It's still attainable, but listen, is Detroit going to stay at 10? Is Brooklyn going to stay at 9?
Right.
We beat Brooklyn, with nobody.
Yeah.
Chicago, Charlotte ahead of them, Toronto ahead of them. So I think there's teams ahead of them that aren't.
Yeah, we can catch up. There's an ability to do that.
But they have to start. They have to figure out how to play the right way.
How do you feel about, last question, how do you feel about Benjamin? Benjamin reached out to Embiid, I heard, wanting to kind of mend the fences, trying to get back in the good graces of the Sixers. He reached out to some people. How do you feel about that?
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I read that.
It's my first time hearing that.
I read that. Breaking news. You know what I'm saying, but I read it though.
Did you watch when they played Brooklyn at all?
I didn't.
Yeah. We know my Benjamin back. Benjamin's terrible.
He is. That's it. I think he has.
But we talked about that, though. We talked about like how, just the mental aspect, how important that is for athletes. And you can see that mentally, he's just not the same player he was now. It's affecting him on the court.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know what? Sometimes you got to go back to correct things. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's part of his mental health treatment or goals, to go back, because he kind of ran away from a situation.
You mean to come back and play, or just
to come back but that may lead to something. Who knows, right? But he had to come back. So him trying to make amends and him whatever, I think that is a plus for him and going in the right direction.
For sure,
because he ran.
I agree with that.
Right? So, but could he come back to Philly and play though? As a point guard? Because that's really what we don't have, right?
He could come back when we go through the process 2.0. Because that's where we're headed right now.
That is right.
If we decide, all right, listen, we're not. He was bad.
Yeah.
He was bad.
Yeah.
And it's last night. My son is obsessed with YouTube, as all kids are, and he's obsessed with watching old NBA videos. And what he watched last night was old NBA All-Star highlights.
Okay.
And Ben Simmons came down and dunked this ball. He paused it. I wasn't paying attention. He paused and said, "Dad, Ben Simmons was an All-Star?"
Right.
I had no idea.
Right. Wow.
Right. So it's like, that's how far this guy, that's how far he's fallen off.
But can he get it back?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? You think he's done?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that he could come back and play point guard for the Sixers.
Well, right now anybody could, but
but even if it's,
but he's not a defender anymore like that either.
Right. He used to be.
Can he be a serviceable starting point guard for a team?
Would you rather have Ben Simmons or Bronny James?
That is a real debate that we want to go to.
That's not
right. Matter of fact, last question before we land the plane. What would you rather have?
It's not even close. Ben Simmons.
Give me
Bronny. You want Bronny James?
Give me Bronny, baby. No.
You're gonna be going down to Delaware to watch.
Give me Benjamin.
Oh, he don't travel. None of them.
No, if he was on the Sixers,
he played for them.
Nah, give me Benjamin. I think Ben could be okay. I think Ben could be okay. I think he could be a starting point guard for somebody. And I mean, if he was a starting point guard for the Warriors, I mean, my goodness, right?
He's averaging 5, 6, and 6.
That's Eric Snowish.
Why did we put Eric Snow on like a pedestal?
Not we.
No,
But he was decent though. He was serviceable.
No, not just you. I've heard a lot of people say like Eric. I'm like, why?
Well, I think people just equate Eric Snow with the last time the Sixers were.
But also, I mean, he was a decent point. He was a serviceable point guard. You can't say he was.
But why is serviceable? And that era of point guards over. You don't want those point guards anymore. You can't have those point guards anymore.
So you don't think Conley's that?
No, Conley can score.
He can score,
Conley
though.
can
right.
shoot.
Right. Because Eric couldn't shoot.
Couldn't add all that elbow jump.
Oh my God! Whose jumper's worse, his jumper or Ben Simmons?
Ben Simmons.
Well,
no,
right?
his, because Ben just won't shoot it. Ben actually isn't that terrible.
Right, he just won't shoot. He
won't shoot it.
Yeah.
I mean, Eric Snow's best year was 13-7.
That was 01, right? Or 02?
03.
02, 03. Yeah. And that team was not bad with Derek Coleman. That was a decent team. I used to like Derek Coleman.
13-7 is not bad.
Yeah.
13-7 is not bad.
You think Ben can give us that?
No.
You don't even think as a starting point guard, Ben can give us...
He's averaging 5, 5, and 5.
He's not starting, though. He had back issues, not playing. But I think...
What's going to be weird? You're going to come here and get healthy? This is where it all started with the back.
That is true. I don't know. I just think, you know what? It's a sad reality for the Sixers fan. So MT, I don't know if you might watch this somewhere on the internet stratosphere. This is my last time buying a package. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not buying no more packages because every time I bought a package, they wind up being terrible. There has to be like some bad mojo there.
Yeah. For what? What are we talking about?
The tickets. Packages.
Yeah. Because I bought a ticket package when they went to Boston. Was that the semifinals? And they lost in Game 7 with Lou Williams, Elton Brand.
Oh yeah.
Iguodala.
That team wasn't supposed to win though.
No, right?
Yeah.
Because Chicago,
That's
you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So, but whatever, you know what I'm saying? I was definitely rooting for him. Yeah. I went and bought a package after that because...
Oh, after that season you went.
Right, because Andrew Bynum came, man. I mean, Andrew Bynum, and you had Jason Richardson.
That was one of the strangest stories.
Think about it. But think about it. Yo, this whole town was on fire.
Yeah. Because
they had like an announcement. They was at the Constitution Center. So it was big deal, right? To see him not play. Oh,
he never played, right?
Never played.
He never played,
which is
bro.
Amazing. It's amazing.
He never played again, right?
It's amazing.
No, he never played. Did he play basketball again?
I don't think so. I mean, he was an all-star the year before, right?
Something like that with the Lakers.
Yeah.
I know he never played. I don't think
amazing.
He might have never played again though, bro. I don't think. Did he ever play again? I know that was a terrible time though. I mean, me and Jay would go, and our season ticket package was upstairs. Okay, we would go. They would come up there and get us to bring us down to the floor, just because it made the television camera more full on TV.
Wait, he was here what, 12, 13?
12, 13?
Yeah, he did play. He played
again in Cleveland and in Indiana after that. 26 total games. 24 games in Cleveland, 2 games in Indiana.
Oh, so he was done.
Yeah.
He was done.
So after his All-Star season, he played 26 games after that. Wow.
Yeah. The year before he came here, he averaged 19 and 12.
19 and 12.
And didn't play. That's crazy.
Right. Got his money. And everybody would say like, yo, you know what? He doesn't love basketball. He doesn't really want to be a ball player. He just wants the money. And that's what they say about Benjamin.
He was sitting on the bench with his hair, half his hair braided.
Wow.
Something was up.
Something was up with him. But he would also look like Ike Turner a little bit. I don't know if you've seen that mop. He like a mop. Like you know what I'm saying? Like a bad perm.
Yeah, I remember.
Right. What was he thinking? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But yeah, we're in that era. I think we're going to that era. I'm serious. That's what it feels like.
No, I agree.
That's what it feels like. Let me see it. Wait, is that him? Wait, let me see it.
I don't remember that.
Yes, man. That's what I'm saying. There's the Ike Turner era. You know what I'm saying? No, he's terrible. What was he thinking?
Something's wrong.
Right. And I'm like, first of all, do guys even perm their hair anymore? I mean, maybe they do it to braid it, maybe. I don't know.
I don't think they perm it.
I don't think they perm it, though. I didn't even know that guys. Did you know that guys wear extensions?
Yeah.
You knew that? Yo, you knew.
My ass.
It
was the funniest thing I ever seen.
I never knew that.
So he had longer hair. Not like longer than that, whatever. And then I'll never forget, he came to one of my basketball games, and we stand for the national anthem, and we stand up, and I'm always looking around, just kind of like, and I see him, and he's got these and I felt so bad because during the national anthem, I'm dying laughing.
So you look at him and start laughing.
I started dying.
Yo, I didn't know that guys did that.
Yeah.
Like, get fake hair to add to the braid or whatever.
Yeah.
And the craziest, and I don't know, do you guys ever do, when I did some I call it young boy stuff. Because young boys and young people, they'll take you could be just regular shopping or whatever, they'll take like a picture of you and then make a meme out of it or whatever the case may be. And they do it on the low. I'm a little older, I'm in Costco, I don't know how to do it. So I'm sitting there like this.
Trying to take a picture of somebody?
You know what I'm saying? And first of all, the way I'm holding the phone, I'm holding the phone like an old head, right? So I'm holding it like this. And I'm like, I'm trying to look around but see, my screen, because I'm blind, so my screen is bright as hell. But I had to take a picture of this dude because he had a baldy shag, and I've never seen that.
What?
Do you know what a shag is, Fred?
Yeah, with just more hair in the back.
Right. Okay. He had a baldy shag. Okay, that means it was with right here. I said, I've never seen that. I never seen, and I still have the picture. You know what I'm saying? But it looked obvious what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? But he had a baldy shag, and I was like, what is that? So these new styles they're doing, I could never see anybody in my era going to get weave to make your braids longer.
Yeah, no.
Nah, we didn't. That's like Steve Harvey-ish, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because his afro looked real.
Yeah.
It took me a long time. I figured out as like an adult that it was fake. And growing up, I was like, man, Steve got the best lineup.
Word, sharp, right?
Crazy.
Sharp.
Ever.
I mean, because even like when you get a haircut and they trim it up, it look nice and neat, but after like a day or two, But his thing was always tight,
crispy.
Yeah, and come to find out, it was a wig.
Crazy.
Could you do that when you get older? I mean, it's hard for us to say because we're still young and vibrant. You know what I'm saying? Could you wear a toupee? You couldn't do it.
My daughter tells me, "I'm gonna get you." I'm like, "No." I'm comfortable. What I got going.
Absolutely, yeah. I couldn't do a toupee. Now, last question, and we land the plane. Could you? I think I know your answer. I can see it. Would you color?
I mean, nah.
You wouldn't.
I don't.
Would you color like your hair is gray? Would you color?
Yeah, I'm good. It is.
You're good. It is what it is, right? Yeah. I don't know. Everybody's different, though. I don't know. Everybody's different.
Would you?
I'm salt and pepper, baby.
Just checking.
No, I can't do it.
Looking forward to it, man.
Oh, you really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You look forward to it until it become like Kris Kringle, but then you ain't gonna like it. You won't be like 40-something years old and all gray, though?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the salt and pepper is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if I had, because I know some people that's just straight all gray. I may do it. Because that's like, I mean, did y'all know people like when you were younger, they were like 20 and had gray hair?
Yeah.
I know somebody, a good friend of mine.
Gray hair, right?
Oh, yeah.
They just rock it, or they
rocks it. Yeah.
They just rock it, right? Yeah. But some people, I think now it's cool. Like I think now people, it's like glasses are cool now. Yeah. Glasses wasn't cool back then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the salt and pepper thing is good right now. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just ain't doing no baldy shag and no. Hair weave for no braids. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, final thoughts though. FB, we'll start with you.
We're coming up on our first full week of basketball.
How's that been?
We had tryouts. Tryouts is a hard time. I don't like making cuts. Mm-hmm. It's hard to tell a kid, they're not playing this year.
Mm-hmm. Do you tell them or you put a list out?
We put a list out, but there are some kids that we'll have a conversation with and talk to, offer them to be, practice players, managers, things like that. Just want them to be involved. But looking forward to the season, first full week before scrimmages start, games start. So it's a big week. Looking forward to it.
Okay. Did you when you still try out, or you pretty much know who your squad is?
At this point, we're done. We had our 3 tryout days.
Oh, that's it. That's it. It's a wrap. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. And you guys got freshmen, JV, and varsity, right? Okay. So you had a lot of kids come out.
Decent amount. Not as much as in the past, but we had a decent amount of kids.
That's good. That's good. How you like your roster? That's a crazy question because you better say yes.
I like it.
Right?
I love it.
You can't say no.
I love it.
Right.
I love it.
That's good, man. That's good. All right, Coach, what's up with you, man?
Yeah, same thing going on. Getting full week of practice. It was crazy. I was sitting down after our last practice on Wednesday, saying like, all right, we got 6 practices before we have to play. And it was like, we have so far to go in 6 days to get every single thing in that we need to get in. So, it's a fun time. It's an exciting time. It's a stressful time. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's a frustrating time. But that's what coaching is about. So, looking forward to a good week.
Is your tryouts over?
Yeah, so if you don't like cutting kids, just come coach at Holy Cross. We don't cut anybody.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had some crazy emails about parents asking me about the basketball team, and my son has never played basketball before. I'm like,
oh, wow.
But hey,
okay, development.
That's what happens when you pay tuition.
Yeah. Now, you freshman JV varsity?
Just JV varsity.
JV varsity. Okay. You had a lot of kids come out?
Yeah, we had a good amount. Yeah, we're gonna have a practice team this year.
Okay.
Just to try to make it, because last year we didn't, and we have 20 kids sitting on the bench of the JV game. It's not a good look for anybody. So gonna have some kids that just kind of practice and hopefully develop, and maybe they can move forward.
Okay, all right. Is that a new thing, or
what's that?
Having a practice team. So
we haven't had it before, but because we don't have the freshman team, it's just tough when you have.
Oh, I got you.
Because you figure like we have 13 kids on our varsity roster, but 6 of those kids will play JV.
I got you.
So then you have 12 kids on JV. So now you have 18 kids
right,
playing. You know what I mean? So it's just tough. And you go to games, there's not enough seats for everybody. Like it's just embarrassing. Right. So, just try to put people in the best place to
and give them little jobs. Like somebody's on camera. Well, you got the camera in the sky, but somebody be on camera.
Yeah, everything.
Like that. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Same here. Just you know what? I realized this week. Right. This has been the week, and it might have been that stomach pain I was feeling. You realize a lot when you're in pain. I don't know if that's the way that things go in life, but I realized that, you know what? I'm doing too much. And I need to, I finally realized it.
I could have told you that a couple of years ago.
I couldn't see it then. I couldn't see. I'm like, what are you talking about, yo? Come on. That's what I do, man. That's what I do. I juggle. You know what I'm saying? But the hardest part of a juggler's routine is the beginning. Is picking them back all up again. And that's when the jugglers say, you know what? I'm juggling too much right now, and that's what's happening. So I have some changes that I'm making this week. Some people will be happy. Some may not be so happy.
For sure.
And it's not personal. It's just I don't have the time. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to feel like guilty about it, you know what I'm saying? Because I've tried my best to do it. Like I'm a type of person that if I can do it, I'll whatever. Yeah, yes. You know what I mean? But I'm realizing like today, I don't have nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? But every day, even on weekends, I've always had something to do in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So I feel good. Like I'm lightening my load finally. So I realized it. You know what I mean? But other than that, though, we're gonna stay warm up in here though, because it's a little cold. Shout out to my stepmom. It's her birthday today. So yeah, we'll do something. Not like we did last year, but we're gonna do something. You know what I mean? Money's a little funny right now. So we'll do a little something. But she got her present anyway. So I hooked her up with some things. December's here, man. Like, wow.
It's crazy.
Right? Crazy. This Thanksgiving, it was the latest Thanksgiving I think ever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was shocked that tomorrow is December 1st.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? Ready for the Christmas season. When is the tree going up?
Tree's up.
Wow. I'll be damn.
So
last night?
No. Like last week. Here, let me explain though. Wow. There's a story to it.
Okay.
So we've always got a real tree. Went out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Tree. This year, I was at work and my wife's like, "Oh, I bought us this tree." Blah 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 blah. Okay. I'm like, oh, "Okay." She thought I was gonna be upset because we weren't getting a real tree. I was like, "Yes, great. One less thing we gotta do."
Right.
And then I said something. I go, "Is it up yet?" And she goes, "No, I didn't think you would want me to." And I said, "Oh, I'm surprised you didn't already." So by the time I got home,
it was up. Okay.
It's not decorated or anything. It's just up.
Just up. Okay. So, all right. How about you, Fred? You got your tree?
It'll get it done. It'll get done at some point.
At some point. Okay.
We celebrate Christmas other places, so it's
I got you. It's something about the Christmas tree in the house at night.
Like I was shocked when I went to my aunt's this weekend.
Feels good.
That tree was up.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, I gotta actually pay attention and do something.
It definitely felt like because there's lights on the tree already.
It feels good.
So like having the lights on,
it's
like
at dark,
night, it definitely feels like it's just feeling.
You know what I'm saying? And I think this year I'm going to get it up a little because I think in years past, again, on the road, flowing, going, the tree may get up like the week before Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm going to put it up maybe today or at least maybe this weekend or whatever. The real tree we tried one time, but I think Rocky kept biting it. And that's the thing about the tree. The cat's always mess around
and
with
it dies, and you can't keep it as long. And like so, I'm happy that we went the other route.
Yeah. So now, that's good. Now, will you do outside too, or
we'll have some lights?
Okay, all right. You have outside sockets, right? Yeah. See, I don't have one, so we be running extension cord away from the backyard all the way. I'm not doing that. So, but listen, man. The holiday season is one of the best seasons, man. Sure. So that's good stuff. But anyway, listen. It's been a decent show, Oh man, just. I guess I got all this rest now. I'm feeling better now. I don't know what to do with myself now. I'm telling you, man. I was in pain, man. CB, miss you, brother.
Yes, feel better.
Yeah, definitely feel better. I'm sure, And you know what the thing about being around basketball players again? Now you're being around all them germs now.
Yeah, that's the truth.
See what I'm saying? All the germs. Kids musty before they even step on the court.
Start practice.
They ain't had no sweat.
They ain't washed their jersey in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Right. And I don't know if you had this problem, and I promise this is the end of the show. The locker room. How's y'all locker room?
I don't go in it until the game.
It's pretty clean for the most part. I stay on them about keeping it clean.
Okay. It's something about teenagers that have a problem with flushing the toilet.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean,
we had that issue one time. We had a team meeting, never happened again.
Okay. I mean, isn't that a natural?
It's a natural thing. Yeah.
I just don't. I don't get. I went into the bathroom. I had to use the bathroom. I'm like, oh man, this is just like pissed off. Like, damn.
Yeah.
And it's not like I can't have my string on it because it might splash up. So I gotta do something about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's uncomfortable, man. I don't know. Y'all teenagers, listen, you know what? Listen, on behalf of Doc Bryce, Coach Marcus Bullock, Coach Fred Battie, and Coach Cedric Wildberg, we are the new Let's Get It Sports Talk, and we wish you a wonderful continuation of the Thanksgiving weekend. We'll see you next week.